Hi everyone, I'm Karen and this is Friendsfavz, and we are being hosted tonight by Kestrel Vintners here in Woodinville, Washington, and I have with me Laura Wentworth. She is so awesome. She is Elle Hair and Design and Makeup, and the co-owner of Hair Studio 164 in Linwood, and you have built your reputation on doing event styling, bridal. I had the opportunity to see her in action, and she is fabulous. She actually did my hair tonight too, so thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks for being here with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm 46 and I'm a grandmother, and I say that very proudly. I love being a grandmother. I was a late bloomer. I went to beauty school late, and so this has just been my second career and so much fun, and I just absolutely love it. So really happy to be here.
Yes, and we are going to be talking about makeup for women over 40 for photographs. We all have our iPhones with us and our iPads, and we're all taking photographs, so how are we going to look our best? And not show the wrinkles and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, give us some tips.
Well, you know, summer, we all have a lot of weddings, graduations, things like that, and whether we're the mother of the bride or in the bridal party or just going to be having some photos taken at family reunions and things like that, thought we'd talk a little bit about what makes good photography makeup versus just your regular everyday makeup. So one of the biggest first rules about photography is that you want to figure out if it's like an indoor or outdoor. If it's indoor, you're going to be under a flash. If it's outdoor, you're going to have the natural sunlight. And pretty much know that anything you do is HD these days. Everybody takes HD. That's why all the brides love airbrush makeup, is because it gives you a really nice flawless finish.
Yeah, and it's amazing. Even our camera that we're filming with here tonight is HD, and it does get every wrinkle.
Great. So you're going to edit that, right?
Yeah, exactly. little Photoshop or something going there. No.
Well, and you're actually practicing one of the best rules, which is anytime you're going to have a photograph, those of us who aren't blessed with these beautiful long necks, wear a V-neck shirt. It draws the eye down, or some sort of necklace or something that draws the eye down. Makes the face look longer, draws it down, which is nice. The other sort of basic thing is if it bends, bend it. If you're gonna put your hand on your hip, if you're gonna move this, if you're gonna tilt your head to the side, bend it. Otherwise you look very stiff in photographs. So those are just some basic ones.
Okay, great. So now going on to the face.
Going on to the face, one of the things is if you're over 40, glitter should not be in your makeup box anymore.
Oh darn.
You know, I know, it's great for my 5-year-old granddaughter, and she loves to put it on me, but I do not allow myself to be photographed in it. So no glitter, ladies. And be careful with shimmer too. Shimmer is something we use to highlight, and I'll talk about that a little later, where you can have the light sort of bounce off your face in a very flattering way, not an unflattering way.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah. The other thing I tell people to be careful of is SPF in some of your cosmetics. It will bounce off a flash. So if you're indoor, you can pretty much skip the sunscreen. If you're outdoors, know that it's going to flash off that. It's designed to reflect the sun. So that's really important. And I would also caution against those of us over 40 wearing mineral makeup. Some of the mineral makeup, while it feels good and everything, it will settle into some of your fine lines. It looks great in the beginning of the day, but towards the end it'll accentuate the lines rather than blur them. So we want to be careful of that too.
Okay, great. Those are good tips. And what about bronzer?
Bronzer is one of my favorite tricks in the entire world. Contouring is very in right now.
Yes, it reminds me of we did a lot of contouring and stuff in the 70s.
Oh, really? See, now
Am I dating myself?
Well, it's
a little
back
older than you.
and it's better than ever.
Oh, good.
And so if you're going to do contouring, make sure you do it in a 3. You start at your temple, and then go underneath your cheekbone, and then go underneath your jawbone, and just go in a 3. Biggest thing with bronzer is make sure you blend, or you're going to look like you should be on an episode of Jersey Shore.
Oops.
Yeah, if you're really uncomfortable, just skip that and go with the blush option.
Okay, what about highlighting?
So highlighting, this is where shimmer is your friend.
Okay.
One of the things, and actually I just saw a thing on the Today Show, and they call it strobing. Now, strobing is the new thing, which is highlighting, right? It's the same thing. So what you want to do is you want to keep your strobing or your highlighting, your shimmer, right on the top of your cheekbone, at the top of your eye to bring your eye up, at the top of your lip, believe it or not. And then you can also put some just in the folds right there, especially if they're a little deeper on you. It'll bounce off the camera and give you a nice blurred finish right there.
Oh,
so if contour is intimidating, highlighting should not be. It's a good one.
Okay, awesome, fantastic. And what about blush? What are the popular things to do with blush these days?
Well, blush these days is great, and cheeks are in this year. So to have nice, beautiful cheeks, I know, isn't that crazy? But that's what gives you a really youthful glow. So make sure that you're doing like a soft pink or peach. Doesn't really matter. Peach is very in right now with the color trends, and it looks good on everyone. So does a really soft pink. Make sure you hit the apples of your cheeks and then slightly brush backwards, but it'll give you a really youthful glow. So don't skip that step.
Okay.
Really important.
Okay. And brows. This is something that I never used to do, but now I don't go out of the house without putting, and I remember my grandmother always saying, I have to put my eyebrows on. And now I'm doing the same thing.
Well, I like your grandma. She's great. Brows are huge. In general, that's your frame. If you think of your face in thirds, the top third is your brows, the middle section is your eyebrows and cheeks, and the bottom are your lips and jaw. So you need something to anchor your face at the top, and brows are what's it. So thicker brows are younger brows, or a younger look, believe it or not. So, and you also want to make sure when you're putting on your brows or painting on your brows, like my grandma used to say, make sure you don't pull them down, but pull them slightly out to your temples, otherwise it'll pull your eye down. And you don't want everybody focusing on low. We want our faces lifted up.
Okay.
So,
okay, great.
yeah.
Awesome. Okay, and then on to eyes.
Well, with eyes, I really recommend going fairly light on eyes. If you use dark colors or heavy colors on the eyes, it's going to make your eyes look smaller. So stick with the lighter colors, maybe a little bit of contour in the crease. You also want to, for most of us, you know, if you put any kind of eye stuff or any kind of eye shadow on the bottom, you look like a raccoon by the end of the night.
Yeah.
Me included. So one of the things I say is just skip that and do a really nice fine line right along the lash line. It'll accentuate your lashes, open up your eyes, and it's really pretty.
Awesome.
One of my favorite tips though is to use either a white eyeliner or a nude eyeliner right on the waterline of your eye. Now you guys are going to hate me for this because you're going to watch all the newscasters and they do this. Brian Williams is famous for using the whites right underneath, but it opens up your eyes, and if your eyes are any kind of red or you're outdoors, allergies, anything, NYX, which is just a cheap little drugstore brand, makes a really good Wonder pencil, and it's awesome. It just makes your eyes look beautiful. So that's my favorite tip this summer.
Excellent. That sounds like a great idea, especially with all the allergies going around and stuff. We can still look beautiful. And then lashes. With a lot of things happening with lashes these days.
Yes, there's lash extensions, there's fake eyelashes, there's everything. But if those aren't for you, just stick with regular mascara. And regular mascara is my favorite. If you need mascara on your bottom lashes and you're going to a wedding, something like that, make sure you use waterproof on the bottom. I don't recommend waterproof on the top though, and a couple of reasons. Waterproof on the top, you have to really rub to get it off, and sometimes that can irritate your eyes. The other thing with waterproof mascara is you want to make sure that you build one eye and then switch over to the next eye, whereas with regular mascara you do one eye, let it dry while you're doing the other eye, and you come back and you build. So there is a difference.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
But when you're using mascara, make sure you wiggle the brush right at the edge of your, right at the bottom of your lashes to get it right on there, because that's what you want, is a thick eyelash line. It makes it look really pretty.
Excellent. And so then our last is our lips.
Yes, my favorite. You cannot go wrong with a medium shade. That's my favorite. And as a rule, you know, if you're doing a heavier eye, you want a lighter lip. If you're doing a heavier lip, you want a lighter eye.
Oh.
You know, too much of both is just too much.
Okay.
So, and one of
great.
my favorite tips that I like to do is use a lip stain. Those of us over 40 know that we lose pigment in our lips as we get older, and a lip stain is really nice. I usually put one on in the morning and then just use chapstick or lip gloss during the day. My lips stay nice, and they're all day. I've got some pigment in them. Especially brides, some brides want to do a really bold lip, and I always put lip stain on there so that it doesn't get on their grooms and on their pictures. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and you can build it too. You can do them very soft, or you can add more. So I like it. But lip stains can be drying, so I do recommend that you put a lip gloss or some sort of chapstick over it.
Excellent. So any last tips? And how,
Last tips would be, the other thing I like to do, especially with those of us over 40, is to take my nude lip liner and outline the outline of my lips, especially before I put on the lip stain.
Oh.
If you can have any of those vertical lines, it won't bleed into those lines. And then it also serves as a nice highlighter around your lips too, so it really sets off that color. It's really nice. So this is why this is my favorite.
Yes.
And then only just dot your lip gloss right in the middle. You don't need it all over your lips. It gives you too much of that vinyl type looking lip. This will give you just a soft, pretty, glowy lip, whether you're wearing lipstick or not.
Excellent. Sounds fantastic. So how can people find you?
I can be found on www.lwhair.com, and that's ELLEW hair.com. And I'm also the co-owner of Hair Studio 164 in Linwood, and I'm there 5 days a week behind the chair doing hair.
Yes, you have a fabulous studio there.
Thank you.
Yes, very nice. Well, Laura, thank you for joining us, and thank you for sharing with all of our friends here. And we just invite you to visit her at her site and her studio. And thanks for coming, ladies. We'll see you next time at Friends Faves.
Thank you.